think we're okay.
Oh, good.
Keyword is think. But for now, let's just assume that everything is still going good.
Oh yeah, we seem to be live.
Alright then.
Yep.
If all things continue as pleasantly as they should. Hello everyone, and welcome to Gavra Racing's GT3 series here at the Czech Republic. I am CypherKnight77.
And I'm Toby Kenobi, or just Toby. And yeah, welcome to Brno. Hopefully going to be an exciting race. Sadly, Dutch can't be with Cypher tonight, so I thought rather than I'd step in and give a hand. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the race.
Yes, Toby has graciously stepped out of the Nissan seat so he can give us all the information about what it feels like to go head-to-head against the DAS system.
Head against what, sorry?
The DAS system.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Mercedes do seem very fast. But then Davan and Johnny are the two that are really fast, aren't they? This season. Oh, I mean, not the only two, but they are the two that are in the championship fight currently.
That is correct. Dalavan currently sits just 8 points ahead of Johnny in the championship standings, and we are in the penultimate race of the season, so after this there'll be one more race at Silverstone, I believe.
Oh, it is Silverstone, is it?
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was Zolder, but yeah, so I'm glad I haven't been doing any practice at Zolder.
Yes, in roughly 2 weeks' time we will crown the GT3 season champion of spring 2020, so currently today we have 14 drivers on standing and one replacement for Razy. I believe that's who's actually currently leading the practice standings right now.
Yep, it's Dycroc. I should just pop him in. Oh, he's in the pit, so we will take it off him. Switch on to Dalvan.
Yes,
yeah, no, he seems. Razy was saying that he's an S1771, so yeah, he's got some real pace, and it's definitely showing.
Indeed, this could be the race that the Ginetta drivers both need. Of course, Flip had his several issues at Zolder, but can rebound here. Of course, the Ginettas have one win on the season thus far, maybe looking to make it 2 on the season. But in terms of the constructor standings, it is more or less between Audi and Cadillac in the standings, with Mercedes not too far behind, so we'll have to look out for all 3 of those constructors moving forward. But as practice ends, it is Crocs, then Dalavan, and Noyens, your top 3, heading into qualifying.
Yeah, sadly, the one of the Mercedes is missing tonight because Mike was having issues with his steering wheel, which is a real shame.
We'll see if Mike can either get his problems fixed before the race. 13 drivers in standings. But as we go on to qualifying, who do you think stands a good chance here at this quite obscure circuit, I will say?
I don't know. I mean, Dycrocs seems to be a bit of a wild card, and I think, given the pace of the practice session, he may be one to watch. But then you've got Kev, Dalavan, and Johnny, who are all very fast and potentially pole sitters. Yeah, I think most likely, and Flip too, I think, and even possibly Vectro. So I think we've got a few who can potentially take pole tonight.
So a lot of fast drivers and on the fast track to another win. Of course, Johnny, who won last week, looking to keep up the momentum, as he is currently on an excellent pace coming off of the last 2 stretches of the season. And again, Dalavan, he's been ultra consistent the entire season, so he's got a lot of work cut out for him. And honestly, Dalavan can't do any worse than second place if he wants to run for this championship.
Okay.
But I will say that Cox has put a little bit of a little bit of a wrench in the plan of Johnny, because Johnny needs to win these next 2 races. So that could be an interesting play if Johnny gets somewhat, let's say, frazzled fighting Cox or even Dalavan for this championship.
Yeah, very much so.
But you can go on board with Johnny and see how he takes a lap of the Brno circuit and give you a sort of in-depth but not really track guide.
My favourite bit is the long, fast sweeping right at the top end of the track.
Johnny all the way down into 2nd gear. It's the first turn. It's a very, I guess, obscure turn. It's to sort of come out and you already have a curve on your left-hand side right there. This track is filled with a lot of, I guess, somewhat 90-degree turns. But it's filled with a lot of undulation action.
Lots of off-camber corners. Yeah. It is a track I absolutely love to drive, but yeah, I also love to commentate. So yeah, when the opportunity arose, I thought I should definitely join in.
This will be a really important section for the cars that have the chassis to take these corners in succession. Obviously, one to the right and obviously back to the left. Sector 2 will be a really important sector for time. But we also have to keep in mind that because of the long straights, some of the cars that do well on the straights, such as the Bentley and the Nissan, will be able to capitalize and maybe catch up to those cars with the better chassis.
The Nissan is extremely fast on the straights. It's with a massive turbo it's got a huge boost, and yeah, it can really catch up. Johnny is coming up to the penultimate corner. It'll be interesting to see where he puts himself in. Well, obviously, actually there are 3 in front of him at the moment.
We also have quite a bit of an obscure, I guess, pit entrance this time. As you can see, the entrance is right there, so they kind of have to duck either out of line or slow up quite a bit. So pit penalties will be something to look at, as we have that's Evil spinning in the background. But just as Johnny comes across the line, he currently sits 3rd with a 159.
Guy Crocs on pole with 159.4. He really is very fast, isn't he? There's not much in between the top 3 at all.
Right, we saw how Flip was able to gain the most out of that Ginetta. Even though he was on an alternate strategy, he did win that race. So the Ginetta is always sort of mysterious when it comes to their true pace, as currently both of them sit 1-2.
Johnny is up on this current lap, so I didn't see quite how much, but I think it was a couple of tenths. So that'll bring him closer without a doubt.
Further down the grid, Vector currently sitting in 7th. Joe Daza, Jukebox, and Hubert yet to set lap times. Actually, as I say that, Hubert goes 8th at 2:02, so a lot of times being either set in the 159s or the low 2 region. And that might come into play when we have a pit strategy.
I'll sit on this lap with Johnny and then switch between the other drivers to give everybody a bit of screen time. I think he's currently up on this lap. He is 6 tenths up. That will potentially put him on pole.
Flipper came back in, going back out, and just like that, we only have 4 minutes left on the clock. So everyone trying to get in their times as quick as possible. You can see just there, that's Vectro and I believe Dalavan just behind Johnny. Actually, Dalavan might be getting Vectro's slipstream.
Johnny is just about to come across the line, and we'll see where this puts him. Puts him on pole.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredibly close.
Vectro across the line, he stays 7th. Dalavan actually drops to 5th.
Dicrox is 800ths of a second behind Johnny's time at the moment, and currently sitting in the pits. So if he comes out, he should be able to get enough time for another lap.
Right. Even though Kaz has fallen out of the championship favored, still currently fourth in the standings.
Yeah, he is. Only 4/10 behind the lead.
Kev's teammate, and I believe that is the Ginetta of Flip behind him.
I think it might well be. Just pop on board with him and just see whether it is. No, it's not. It's Di Crocs, I think. Yep, it is. So those two giving each other a bit of pressure on the way round the lap.
True. That is well, actually, Crocs, I'm not sure if he's on a lap. He might just be following Kev for now.
I think you might be right, but he's definitely putting the pressure on Kev at the moment. Kev's keeping his cool.
There, sits in the pit lane. I don't know if he'll be able to get back out to start another lap. Johnny is also in. He will not start another lap, so it's pretty much up to the rest of the grid to try to improve their times on the field. Kev currently sits in 6th place. Currently sits in 7th, still looking for his first podium.
He's a bit further behind on the lap.
Joe actually, who was not able to make a lap, so he will start near the back of the field along with Daza. Well, actually, Daza is on a lap, so if he can get a lap in, he will start 12th. Evil also improving, even though he spun after his lap. Ooh,
Daza spun. That's a shame. As you said, if he had put a lap in, he would have started 12th.
Evil and Vectro now coming to the line, along with a few other people. Hubert only up to 9th, so if Vectro can improve. Looks like he stays 8th, but he's on another lap. Evil also going for another lap. And actually, that's Dicrox who's backed off of Kev Sinel.
He has, probably to give him a bit of room to get around the race. Sorry, put a fast lap in. Vector's got out of the way of Evil, so I don't think he's on a fast lap. So I shall put it on to Dicrox and see what he can do.
He's only 8/100ths off of Johnny's time though, so he was able to make improvements. Flip as well, he sits 2nd and 3rd. Galvan has made some improvements, but he still stays 5th, and is separated by 6/10. As we just end qualifying, Vectro has decided to come into the pit, so he will start lowly 8th. But that hasn't stopped him in the past. Daza did get a lap time in, so he will start 12th, which means the Bentley of Joe will start in the back of the pack.
A lot of these drivers have very good race pace, so their starting positions are not necessarily representative. Johnny Cox is in the final section now.
Flip's called it quits, so he will start 3rd if everything stays. Dalavan, he's out of qualifying, and he will start 5th. Honestly, kind of far back, I'm sure, than Dalavan would have wanted. Kaz has decided to call it quits too, so this is the last chance for anyone really to take Johnny's spot on the top step of qualifying.
Any improvement will see Di Crocs take it, but has he? Oh wow! That I think is the closest split time I've ever seen. 0.02 of a second.
Indeed. Kev has also decided to call it quits, and that is the end of qualifying. So there you have it. Johnny, by literal inches, beats the newcomer in the Ginetta, and then Flip will round 3rd. The rest of the grid consists of Kaz, Thalavan, Kev, Hondax, Spectro, Evil Dragon, Rubert, Jukebox, Daza, and Joe Black will round out the last row of the grid, and Mike, unfortunately, will miss the start of the race. So, as
Wow,
per
that was an incredibly close.
as per usual regulations, the drivers have to start as close to 70 liters as possible, and we will go through the grid. Johnny currently
Yep.
sitting second in the point standings, 8 points behind. This is the chance he needs. Dicrox, the newcomer, can he put a foil in Johnny's plans for another race win? Flip Flip looking to go for his second win of the season. Can he do it here with his teammate? Kaz, he's out of the championship, but he can still do some good work. He starts fourth. Fifth, your points leader, Dalavan. He needs everything to go well for him. Can he do it starting from the middle of the field? Kev also starting from the middle of the field, but he's no stranger to getting on the podium. Hondak still looking for his first podium. Can he do it from 7th on the grid? Vectro's always started in the back during a lot of races, but he can also make his way through the grid. Evil, another fast driver, starting at the back. Let's see what he can do in the Nissan Rubert. Johnny's teammate, can he help him out in the championship fight? Jukebox starting 11th, pretty far back along with his teammate, but that doesn't stop his performance. Daza will start 12th, looking for more points in the Porsche, and Joe, without a qualifying time, starts at the back of the grid.
Yeah, this should be an extremely exciting race. I mean, Johnny and Dicrox, that qualifying was pretty incredible. I mean, Flip and Kaz and Dalavan all, and even Kev, all putting very, very good times. But I think that is the closest split time I've ever seen. That was incredible.
Indeed. Thank you for joining us here in our return to normalcy on the Gavra Racing Channel. It's been a weird week or so, but we're back. We go to 4 red lights here in the Czech Republic, and we are green. Johnny gets a good start beating the Ginetta off the line. He will still attempt to go down the inside. You can see that's Kaz looking to go down, Kev down the inside of Kaz as they go side by side through turn 1. That's the Mercedes of Hondax on the outside, getting pushed out by Dalavan. It's Evil actually on the outside, looking to go up into 6th place, but through the first sector, it is Johnny in front of Dicrox, followed by his teammate Flip, and that's actually Kaz who did get ahead of Kev. So now Dalavan falling a little bit far behind. He's down to 6th place, being challenged by Evil and Hondax. They're looking to take advantage though. Decides to follow in. Dalavan looking to overtake the Audis. Vectro, ooh, that's Evil who was spun there just in front. Luckily avoided contact. Both the Audis defending from Dalavan in sector 2.
That Nissan is a very twitchy car, and the second it gets away from you, it just spins around. It's been a tricky one to drive this season, I have to say. Bowie seems to have had the handle of it much more than I have, I have to say. But it is a tricky car to drive.
Hondax went really wide. That's allowed Vectro to get to the inside of him. Dalavan also making a move. Dalavan's got to do all he can as Vectro forces his way down and actually gets past Dalavan 3 wide momentarily.
Dalavan's down the inside, but he's good. Vectro's going to have the inside, and oh yeah, he's through.
Hondax will have to stick to the inside. No, can't quite. Dalavan now falls down to 7th. So this is a major championship implications because Johnny is leading this race currently. Dalavan, I think, is just getting a little bit flustered off the start. He was not able to make up any positions, but instead got swamped.
That was quite impressive driving. More there. Vectro forcing down the inside of Dalavan. I thought that was going to be a bit of an incident there, but somehow they both made it through. But Johnny and Dicross are really close together, and Dicross is down the inside. He's taking the lead, but is Johnny going to switch back? Nope. Dicross just cut it off.
Small twitch from Johnny allowed him to take the lead. He doesn't have to worry too much though, but Johnny, I'm sure, would like to win this race to get as many points as possible. Both the Audis actually going at it. Kev and Cass, they're no strangers to battling. They're actually being held up by Flip, who sits in 3rd. And that's Vectro up into 6th. He's starting to catch up to this group now.
Kev's just got past Kaz.
Vectro heavily defensive from Dalavan. Oh, Dalavan almost hit the tires there. Turn. That's allowed Hondax to go on the inside of it.
This is a pretty exciting race so far, and Crocs is right back there. Oh no, Johnny was trying to go around the outside. Crocs held him off. This is incredible fight from the top four here. Well, in fact, all the way down the field.
Johnny again looking on the outside. Well, as these four battle, let's allow Metro to close in with that second group of cars. See, that's Kev still pestering Flip, sits in third behind this group. The closest all these guys have been in the race.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? Great driving from all of them. They are nose to bumper and keeping it clean.
This looks like an actual GT3 race.
It actually does, doesn't it?
Well, after Eagle's spin, he was able to get back going. So now Casdazo back in 12th. Galvan did get in front of Hondax, so now he's chasing after Vectro.
He's pretty close to the back of Vectro at the moment.
He can go on board with one of the Audis as kind of see from their perspective.
Yep.
Perhaps like
he's slightly closer.
Right. You get like a bumper fan.
Oh, yeah, we'll do.
Very close nose to tail. If any one of them twitches for a minute, they'll be under attack. Really.
None of them will have time to react if they're all on the same line.
Still getting everything he's got. It's close, but he knows he doesn't want to push things too early.
Pull the flip and get the view from him. Yeah, Crocs is just being in the right place at the right time, just hold Johnny off at the moment. There are certain corners, and Johnny does seem to be much faster through.
Of course, he's still getting quite slipstream there. And Janetta, not a fast car by any means necessary, so Johnny does have the straight line speed advantage.
It's a bit of a look on Flip. Flip's giving him no room either. Or he potentially, no, he's not got enough time. Oh, he may be down on the straight. He may have a bit of an overspeed, but I don't think the Audi's that fast on the straight either.
It's fast enough to get to the inside of Flip. Holding stationary around the inside.
That was a great move there.
That's happened. Galvan has caught up to Vector there in the background. Hondax now falling into Rubert's clutches. So this guy's still fighting very hard.
It's an incredibly close field at the moment, isn't it? And Flip's actually dropped back into the clutches and cabs a bit.
Question, however, how long they'll stay this close. Some drivers might make the early pit stops to get themselves off sequence.
Dalavan and Vector are really close now. I think Dalavan's going to try and make a move in a second.
Dalavan, he knows it's time to go. Vector's been holding up a little bit. Vector pushes him to the inside. Allows him to get back there to it. Ooh, very close.
I think Dalavan actually had to break out of that.
Sure, if we thought Vector was going to be a little bit indecisive there, but Dalavan's still trying everything he's got. The odds are stacked against the championship leader here. The odds are in favor of Johnny as things stand. Johnny will gain the points lead heading into Silverstone. Quite a big margin, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dalavan, I think you were saying earlier, had to finish second to be in with a chance in the final race.
There's still plenty of time, 52 minutes remaining on the clock, but as things stand, current leader is Crocs from Johnny, Kev, Flip, and Kaz are top 5 in that first group. So the second group being held up by Vectro as Kaz
is down the inside on Flip. He's also made the move down in exactly the same place as his teammate did on the previous lap.
So the momentum momentum in the Audi's favor, and you see both of them even now on the back of Johnny. Ooh, Johnny a little bit on the grass, and he got a little bit upset into lap 5.
Okay, just does not quite have the grip around that corner to make the most of it. But he is now really close to the back of Johnny. I know that if Kev sees an opportunity, he's most certainly going to go for it.
Johnny's losing a little bit of pace right now. He might be getting a little flustered. I would use quite a bit of that car to try to pass Fox, but now he needs to start thinking about his championship plans. Even though they're both on the same straight, they are still many points apart at this point. All we need now is like a graphic that shows fluctuating point standings.
Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Kev, really wide there. Lost a lot of time with Johnny.
He did. He's fallen back into the clutches of his teammates a little bit there. And I've just been looking down the back. Oh, Joe's just been... Oh, I think something must have happened to Joe because he's just been passed by Jukebox and Evil. And Evil has now gone past Jukebox. Switch back there. And they're all three of them side by side. Wow.
Oh, this is the battle of the Titans, really.
It is indeed, isn't it?
The battle for 10th place between Evil, Joe, Jukebox.
And that was a good few sections from them.
Evil, like I said, still trying to make up the time he lost when he spun. So he's back up inside the top 10. But these guys still far off the second group. Speaking of that second group, Dalavan still trying to get past Vector. Honestly, being a little bit problematic for him at this stage of the race.
There are certain sections of the track that Dalavan is much faster in, but Vector is just keeping him behind. There's not really much Dalavan can do about it, but he really wants to get, as you said, back into a position where he can fight for this championship.
Of course, pit strategy is always an enigma when it comes to these races, so you'll pretty much keep an eye out on everyone at this point because they're all so close together, only separated by roughly 5 seconds.
All the way back down to Dalavan.
A single
Only
pit,
7.
A single pit stop penalty can honestly move you all the way down from 1st to 8th at this point.
It really can, yes. In fact, a pit stop penalty will probably put you pretty much out of the race at this point.
Which is very interesting. Anyone will try a bit of a short stop. I've seen from a couple of drivers on that it can work if you have the pace to make heavy fuel work. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea to get out of traffic.
You saw that both the Genesses were on very low fuel, so they will have to be pitting early. Oh no, has Dicross already pitted?
I don't know what I think happened. I'm not sure if he was aware about the fuel limit.
Oh dear. When I thought when I was on him at the start, it looked like 13. He had 13 litres. I think this is a glitch because it's showing Flip Flip as 79.5 litres of fuel too, and Flip Flip definitely knows that.
Well, let's let it fluctuate for a little bit and we'll go back to Dicross a little bit later to see what the situation is there. Because yeah, for him to have
It's now
roughly 80 liters of fuel.
It was a glitch. It's now showing 54.4 on Flip Flip. So, oh, but it is, yes. I'll stick it on there for a second because it did change eventually for Flip Flip. So, it may just be some sort of issue.
Well, it'll become relatively obvious if he doesn't pit.
You're very much right. Yeah.
So we might have to be very wary about this. Then again, the drivers don't know about that.
No. Well, I think some of them do watch the stream, so they now will. But
So we have to be very careful about what happens in the later parts of this race because, well, currently leading right now, and it'd be quite a shock if the leader of the race didn't actually win now, didn't
It would be a little bit, yes. But I do know the penalties are quite harsh if you go over the fuel limit.
Especially in a championship scenario like this. Johnny is, if everything is exactly like you say it is, then Johnny is technically your de facto race leader.
I think he may well be, yes.
There might be more than a few questions raised after this race.
Yeah, the rules state that the points don't change. Well, the points for the leader will change, so Dycox won't get full points, but points for second won't change. So it's not that Johnny will be promoted in second. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Well, because obviously if Dycox doesn't pit, then that will give him a significant advantage over the rest of the field.
I don't know, this is sort of a rare situation. At least for GT3. At least for GT3 standards, so we'll have to see what the admins do on that. But while we were blabbering on about that, Dalavan did pass Spectro for 6th place, so there's a few more points recovered from the Cadillac driver. Still long ways to go.
It is, but he has driven away at quite some pace from Spectro, and he's closing in on the back of Flip by the looks of it, so he could still, as you said, the pit stop phase and strategy.
Oh, Johnny!
Oh, wow.
Johnny has spun. I believe there was contact with Kev Sinel. He fell down the grid too.
He did, yes, you're right.
I saw it momentarily. Kev went down the inside of Johnny, and there might have been some contact, and this is major championship implications now.
It really does. Wow.
Kind of
okay.
Because Johnny was getting backed up into Kev.
Where is Johnny now? I think he's back in 9th. Wow, that is major implications. That's actually brought Dalavan back into it, hasn't it?
I don't think he has
just trying to see. I think he may well do, you're right. I don't see the front wing flapping. But yes, I think he does seem to have lost a lot of pace there.
Kev fell down to 4th as well.
Yes, he did. So now the closest battle, I think, is between Flip and Flip
right.
and Kev in front.
Well, he's in the middle of both of them. Let's get the fuel. So we're not crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure it's telling us the accurate fuel measurements at this point.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I'll switch back onto Dycox, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Problem.
Yeah.
Well, this certainly got interesting really quickly.
It did.
It
really did.
It wouldn't be a penultimate race without something like this happening.
I was going to say, for several different reasons, it's suddenly become very interesting. That's a bit of a shame, actually. But I've just been seeing Joe and Jukebox are pretty close together as well. I switched back and just watched them, but they seem to be battling the entire way, which is lovely to see.
I don't see anything unusual about this.
No, it's they are pretty consistently side by side, aren't they?
Now,
everybody else. I was just going to say, everybody else seems to have a couple of seconds between them. So, Kaz is right in the back of Dycox now.
So now, Johnny's trying to catch back up to his teammate Robert, who now sits in 8th. There was more or less the last driver in that second pack, but now that it's sort of been split up a little bit, we sort of have just a few, I guess there's several battles going on, because you can see there in the background that is Kev fighting the other Ginetta of Flip, Yes, Dalavan is currently sitting in 5th place.
Yeah, I think this is the closest battle at the moment, and we can still just about see Kev and Flip. Although that is Kev's favourite place to overtake. He didn't quite make it on that lap, but I'm sure he'll try again.
It's quite wide into turn 1.
He did. He had the overspeed, but Flip just covered him off. It's interesting to see the way that the different cars have such different pace. The Genesis and the Audi seem to be really well suited for this track.
Oh,
And Kev's down the inside.
Slid in there. On the inside, which turned to the outside.
And he's now doing a little bit of a switchback. Is he alongside? I can't quite see it yet. I think he is.
Just a bit. Flip defends. 3rd place position. Still side by side going into the double right. Flip sticks it around the outside, switches back to the inside for the left-hander in sector 2. Looks like Flip will push him out there.
Wow, that was exceptional driving from both of them there.
No, he's not done. Flip running a little bit wide. This allowed Kev to do another switchback down the inside. So once again, Kev's still trying to get the overspeed on Flip. Will he hold it around the outside again?
I think this time Kev has it.
Of course, Dalavan's loving this. He wants these two to keep fighting so he can catch up.
He does, and that is exactly what he's doing back there. And he has closed that gap considerably.
Well, actually, just behind this group, we have a battle for 7th between Hondax and, battle for 6th between Hondax and Vectro. Hondax starting to find his pace in this race, as Vectro's starting to fall back a little bit.
He is, and Kaz was within a tenth of Dycox a second ago, but he has now dropped back a little bit.
So we just get past the 20-minute mark.
It has, yeah. Kev is still a few seconds behind his teammate, which means that he's going to have some work to do to be able to catch up to the front pack again.
Now the Dalavan has caught up to Flip. This is not letting Kev go by any means, though. As things stand...
Oh, sorry, I just switched out at the wrong point. Hondax was right on going down the inside of... No, Vector closed it off, sorry.
But I was saying, in terms of the point standings, with Dalavan in 5th, will still be quite a measurable gain for him. Johnny now has caught up to the back of his teammate there. Expect the two of them will battle for 2
No, I'd imagine team orders will go into play there quite quickly. You never know. Kaz and Kev most certainly don't have any team orders going on.
Kev is doing everything he can to defend from Flip, actually. They're very close together.
They are indeed, aren't they? Wow, Flip is not giving that position up.
You can go on board and see the lines that they're taking.
That's what let's do.
Close enough.
It's been a while since I've been the director in a Project Cars 2 race. I normally commentate on the F1. But I do love the different options you do have actually with the camera angles on Project Cars. Yeah, Flip has dropped a little bit back from Kev at the moment. Kaz is still on. Kaz is still on Dicross, but.
Both the Audis started to really show their pace really into this race. Look like the Genettos and Johnny are going to start to run away with it. They have really started to come into their own long run pace.
They really have, yes. because both of them were a little bit behind the lead pack at one point, but Kaz has really picked up pace to get right at the back of Dicrox like he has, and neither of these two are leaving them behind either. So yeah, between these top four, there's not much in it, apart from a few seconds.
Well, just as we figured, Johnny has gotten back in front of his teammate there for 8th place, and now 3 cars separate Johnny from Dalavan. Also, the first penalty was awarded to Uber, most likely for track limits.
Johnny does seem to be a bit, well, coming into a race of his own too here. His pace is really good. He's catching on the backs of contacts pretty quickly as well. So hopefully for him, he'll be able to make a bit back from this race. Dalavan, in the meantime, has dropped a little bit back from Flip now, but he's still, without a doubt, in the shout, and Kaz is really close to the back of Dalavan now. Sorry, Dicrox.
Kaz had a little slide there, trying to go around the outside.
He did, yeah, just going a little bit too fast. More speed than Grip was able to take.
I think that was just an example of the Audi being faster. You see in the background that is Hondax coming into the pits.
Which released his Ruber. And Johnny. I think Johnny was behind Hondax before he went into the pits, wasn't he?
Right. So we'll see how much fuel Hondax takes, as he is the earliest of the pit stops. Decides to take no tires, of course. He was fighting Vectro, so we'll have to see where he comes out relative to him.
A lot of these cars operate far better on softs than they do on hards. But I know that some of the other cars, like the Audis, prefer the hards. So some drivers are able to go the whole race, whereas others need to pit. Need to change tyres. Everybody needs to pit.
He's out and away.
Kaz has dropped a little bit back because of that slide. I have no doubt that very shortly he'll be back, right in the back of Crocs.
I think at this point, though, Kaz is faster than him. He just can't make the move. We've seen
I think you're right. Yeah.
And while that's happening, Johnny has caught up to Vectro, who I think has made a small mistake. And Dalavan's right there, so Dalavan himself has lost some pace.
In fact, yes, Dalavan has dropped 3 seconds to Flip now, which means that he has had a mistake somewhere.
Championship ran back into Johnny's favor a little bit as to avoiding action from Vectro.
He did, I think Vectro outbraked Johnny there, and Johnny had to take evasive action. But no contact from either of them, which was great driving. It does allow Dalavan to a little bit more comfort.
Daza now in the pits for the Porsche along with Kaz, who was pitted from 2nd place.
So a surprisingly early pit stop from Kaz. I thought he would have gone a few more laps because he had quite a bit of fuel.
He's probably thinking ahead. Johnny trying to make the move inside of Vectro, not able to get there.
Vectro's covering that off pretty well. But that Porsche is definitely sliding around those corners. I think his tyres are pretty much had it. Which is probably why Johnny's been able to catch up as quickly as he can, as quickly as he has.
Johnny can see his perspective on things and see it's actually a very quick pit stop for Kaz. He's already out and out.
So it's a splash and dash. Yep, so he would have had hard tyres on, definitely not changed. Yeah, he's getting really close to those corners, but Vectro is not giving. Oh, a little bit of wide front though. Managed to close back the door, close the door again.
As per usual though, Vectro likes to set up his cars in a very loose back end.
It does seem to be faster in though, so I have to be honest, I prefer a loose back end than the car suddenly switching around on you. You should get a bit of warning. able to get any... Oh, yeah, Vector is braking a lot earlier than Johnny has to into that corner.
Just so now he will be the next pit stop taker as we reach the halfway point of this race. Still anybody's game, although there is some potential in this. And split flip.
Yep, Flip is in the pits from third.
Doing that to cover off Kaz.
I think that's just one of Bentley's getting out of the way there.
That was Joe. He's going to get out in front of Kaz. That will be an exciting factor for this race. Kaz coming around the last corner now.
Oh, Vector's had a mistake there.
Well, that's what driving a loose back end will give you. So much for switching back on you.
Yes. Yeah. That was the biggest switch I was expecting, I have to admit. I think Dazza just retired from the race. I don't know what happened, but he's no longer in the race.
Kaz has been able to get in front of Flip, so that is big when all the other guys start coming into the pits.
And it's quite a gap between them. I think he had about 3 seconds on, so he now has increased that gap to about, well, close to 4 seconds now. Well, 3.5, isn't it?
Right. But now this is huge because both the championship contenders sit third and fourth now, and Johnny is clearly just a lot faster.
He is. He's closing that gap incredibly. In fact, he's right in the back of Dalaban now.
This is Dalaban's ultimatum. How long can he decide to hold up Johnny? He's clearly faster than it is. Getting a difficult point. I mean, Johnny had to come back from a spin to get to this point.
He did. Maybe prudent for Dalaban, if he's struggling on tyres, to pit earlier rather than later. To take new tyres to allow him to, well, maybe make the undercut on Johnny when he has to pit. Johnny's attempting to go around. Oh, and Dalaban has pitted.
Yeah, let's go into the pit stop with Dycox because this is actually really important.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
And he takes tires? No, he doesn't take tires. Because he has more fuel. Yeah, I figured. So this might be interesting when it comes to how this race circles out.
Yes, because I think he took tyres but not fuel there, didn't he?
Well, actually, no, he didn't take tires. He might have just...
Oh, did he not?
He might have stopped for the sake of stopping.
Right. I see what you mean. Just to, yep.
So, I guess it depends on where he comes out relative to Kaz, which is far.
He is a long way in front, isn't he? At 12 seconds.
So,
Yes.
right, so back on to Galavan, who came out just now, actually. Comes out behind Flip and in front of Vector.
But he's pretty close to the back of Flip now.
I think
Because I think he was behind, wasn't he? He was behind, yes. But I think you're right, before the pits, I think he was a bit closer than that, wasn't he? Oh no, because he made that mistake. So, but Flip does seem to be getting away from him.
yeah. But I think this has worked out for Johnny because now he's putting in some really fast times. And now it depends on when Kev decides to pit.
In fact, those two are really close together on track.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not. Johnny's 7 seconds behind. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the lap times.
Right. So Evil has yet to pit as well. He currently sits just in front of Dycox in fourth, and Uberry yet to pit. You know, Kaz has actually increased his gap over Flip. So about 5 seconds. So currently the battle on track now is between Vectro and Dalavan, even though I believe Vectro still has yet to pit. And there is Evil into the pits. Or has Vectro pitted
I'm not
already?
sure. I'm not sure. I think he may have done because he was in front of Johnny at one point, wasn't he? So I think he may well have done. I'm not sure whether he took damage when he span a bit. But yeah, I think he possibly has pitted as it happens.
We'll have to keep an eye out on that, because if Vectro is
We will.
currently sitting in 7th, then it just depends on where Johnny comes out.
It will. Yeah, there's not a lot of action going on at the track at the moment, apart from Joe and Jukebox. They got pretty close together, as they have been all race. Give them a bit of camera time.
For the sake of sponsors.
The Bentley, I think, is a really tricky car to drive, and they've done a great job sticking it out the entire season in a car that's really not very competitive in comparison to the rest. Which is a shame, because it does...
I wouldn't really say it's not competitive. You can make any car competitive.
That is true. That is true, yeah. Yep. But Dalavan does seem to have dropped... Oh, in fact, Vector has got past Dalavan. I think they're the other way around a second ago, weren't they?
No, Vector is still ahead of Dalavan.
Okay.
Dalavan's actually falling back into Honda's.
Yeah. Honda's is actually closing in quite a pace.
So if we assume that Vectro has put already, I mean, the field doesn't lie, so...
Sorry, I missed that.
The field doesn't lie, so I think we have to assume that Vectro is already pitted.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah. Because they are on virtually identical fuel, actually, so yeah, I can only assume that he has. But I missed that myself, I have to be honest.
Just depends on when Johnny decides to pit. You can see Johnny's laps are just right around 3 seconds faster than Honda's.
I know.
Honda's and Dalavan's.
Yeah, and also 2 seconds faster than Kev's. Kev is currently leading the race, but it'll be interesting to see where he comes out, because he has yet to pit himself. And he is currently 5 seconds in front of Johnny. So, yeah. But then again, Kev was in front of Flip, but behind Kaz, I think, wasn't he?
Yes. Oh, we'll just have to wait and see. Currently now, it is Honda's on the back of Dalavan. It's a battle for 8th place.
They're extremely close on track.
Honda's looking to make a move down the inside.
Dalavan just cuts it off at the last moment. That Mercedes, I have to say, I did a bit of testing in it, and it is a really beautiful car to drive.
Assuming its back end doesn't spin out on you.
I found it to be really stable actually, but then I think I'm used to the Nissan now, which is so unstable that any car that's a bit more stable than it feels like a really stable car. And Honda has got his way past Dalavan, which will definitely have implications. Well, I mean, we already know that Johnny is past Dalavan, because he even made it past him on track before the pit stops.
If we were doing things from a perspective point of view, then obviously the Porsche would look like the loosest car in the grid.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I think being rear-wheel drive, whether that goes, the rear end just goes. It's yeah, there's no warning at all.
Right. Now Johnny really setting in the fast times in 2 minutes, which actually, if we should go to the timing screen, or timing sheet for it, yeah, I figured. So Johnny has set the fastest lap of the race.
Oh no, in fact, Kaz is set the fastest lap of the race.
I know. Well, relatively close, but this is
yeah,
really...
I was going to say...
It's really telling, actually.
both of them is a fair bit faster than the rest of the field on their fastest lap. But Flip Flip is now on the back of Ruber, so I'll switch on to him and see how has Ruber pitted.
No,
I think he must have.
No,
He hasn't. Okay, so this is not really for position. Yeah, Ruber does seem to be fighting it a bit.
Ruber's playing a little bit of a rear gunner, actually.
Actually, that's a good point. Oh no, bit of contact there.
Oh, and actually spins Ruber out with that contact.
He does.
Oh, and Flip's slowing
And
down
he,
for
being
him.
the gentleman that he is waiting for Ruber to come back through.
Maybe a gentleman move, but was it worth it considering that might have just cost him a spot in the top 3?
I think you're right, especially as Ruber has not pitted yet, so really they were not fighting for position in any case.
Yeah. Well, we're not the one driving the cars, so...
Exactly. And Hondax is quite close to the back of Vectra now.
So with this, will Ruber hit, because Vectro is coming up quickly.
Yep, and Flip Flip has given the position back to Ruber, and Vectro is on...
Well, Vectro just passed Flip Flip while he was giving the place back.
Oh, he did, yes, you're right. Yep. And Ruber has gone into the pits.
Oh, Vectro!
Oh, Vectro's
Slide
gone.
in the turn 1. Oh, and makes contact with
contact.
Flip. Now Flip's in the dirt. This allows Dalavan to catch up. And it's just going from bad to worse for the genetic.
It really is. It really is.
This is working
that one mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flip has lost out an awful lot in that section there. But Johnny and Kev are still yet to pit, which is pretty incredible, really. But then, I'd imagine both of them are hot on hards, and are going to be going for a bit of a splash at the end.
You know, the Hondax and Vectra now fighting for 5th. So this is actually bringing Dalavan back into a little bit of a chain reaction, I guess you could say.
It is. There was a bit of a chain reaction from that, wasn't there?
If Flip didn't slow down, I don't think this would have happened.
I think you're right. I think Vectra was quite surprised to see a slow Flip Flip and made a mistake as a result, which resulted in a bit more contact between the two of them.
Right. You know, Flip's still not giving up on Dalavan though. So that's foul for 7.
No, he's
Vectro
not.
again gets loose. Hondax has been trying to make
Hondax looks down the inside, and he's down the inside, but Vectra is keeping a really closed door, tight door. And Hondax with the switch back.
Oh, contact! Oh,
I think,
that was very close.
that really was. I think Vectra had a little bit of a half spin there, and Hondax actually saved him from spinning out fully. And Hondax with the switch back.
Vectra's still gonna try to keep it on the inside though. Quite do it. Hondax now up into 5th.
Nice driving there from Hondax. That was a great, well executed overtake. But Vectra is not giving up. I think he's had to. Oh no, he's got a lot more pace around that corner. But Hondax closed the door just at the last minute.
No, actually, though, Johnny has caught up really quickly to Kev. Just before the pit stop phase.
And Dalavan is right in the back of Vectra and Hondax now. Flip Flip is with him too. But yeah, I switch on to Johnny for a second. I think Kev must have made a mistake somewhere because there was about 5 seconds between them at one point.
Actually, despite Dicroc's pit strategy, Kaz is still coming at him at a rate of knots.
That is true. They were 12 seconds apart at one point, so Kaz has really closed the gap there. He is running about 2 seconds a lap faster.
So
Kev's in the pits.
So Kaz.
So I think we may well see a battle between those two at the end. Kaz and Dicrox I'm talking about.
So Kaz might really be the only one who could possibly beat the strategy, just because of his pure pace.
I think you're right there. And that would be very impressive. The fact that Crocs' pit stop was about 12 seconds faster than Kaz's, that would be a brilliant comeback.
And Kev too, he was also another fast one. He might actually come out
He
just
is,
in
and
front of his
I
teammate.
think they'll
He
be side by
does.
side, if not, they are. Yeah, wow. That's an incredible pace from Kev there as well. So that means that Johnny will be in the top 4 himself when he comes out of the pits.
That is true.
I'd imagine, unless he takes tyres.
Yes, so both the Audi's pace and the McLaren of Johnny's pace have been enough to supplement their way back up the field to catch Dicrox.
It is, and Kaz is putting pressure on Kev now. There's definitely no team orders between these two, so any overtake is on track.
Right. Like you said, unfortunately Kaz is mathematically out of the championship, but I'm sure he'd still like to keep his third. Ooh, someone has hit the tires recently. I'm surprised no one actually has hit the tires earlier in the race.
No, true. And Kaz is down the inside of Kev here. But Kev will have the inside of the next, but Kaz has made it before the apex of the second corner.
Indeed. So now Kaz, the lead Audi driver. These guys are sort of by themselves, and we have the second group, which is led by Hondax and Vectro. And Flip, who did actually pass Dalavan while we were away.
Yep, he has. And he's moved. I think Dalavan must have made a mistake because he's quite a long way back from him now.
And Johnny
is in the pits.
So this is very crucial.
It really is. He's only got 8.1 litres of fuel left, so he's going to probably have to take a bit of fuel here.
No tires. There's just around 15 minutes left in the race. Dicrox, Kaz, and Kev are all coming around the last turn. He's out of the pits now. Where is he going to come out in relation?
Dicrox coming up to the exit.
Will he close if he can beat the Audis out? No, he cannot.
No, because slots in behind Kev. Wow, so I think we're going to have a pretty hot battle here for the end of the race between... Oh wow, yes, tyres all over the track there. I wonder who that was.
Oh no, has Johnny got damage? He hit one of the tires.
Did he? Oh, I didn't see that on my screen, I have to be honest. But I did actually on the stream. I thought maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I just saw it flying across the track on the stream.
I was thinking either Johnny hit the tires we just saw, or he was the one who hit the tires in the last lap.
Right.
If he keeps his pace up, then it's not really that much of a concern. But the tires can do quite a lot of front-end damage, so...
It doesn't appear to have any damage.
While that's happening, Flip now passes Vectro for 6th place.
He's already got a bit of a gap there.
So Vectro's use, of course, not really helping him for better in the long run. There's more stuff being flung around the track.
I know, there's debris everywhere. I think the problem with the Porsche is that once the tyres start to go off, the grip's all in the tyres and start to struggle very much after they do.
So now we have a true battle for the win. Here's Johnny just behind both the Audis, and Dicrox's pace is being less than ideal. Actually, it's actually Evil out in the background who might have been the one who hit them because he's got major damage.
I think he has. Oh, yes, I think it is. Definitely. Wow, he has huge damage.
So he might have been the one to hit those really heavy tires.
They do a lot of damage. But yes, I think he does appear to be trying to get it back to the pits though, so I really hope he does actually. But Johnny has really caught the back of Kev here.
Kaz still making a lot of gains on Dicrox, just about 10 minutes. Everyone's got enough fuel to go the way. Just when it comes down to pure race pace.
I think by the end, these four, at least at least Kaz, if not all four of them, would be pretty close to the back of Guy Cox.
I think though this will be the race where it all went wrong for Dalaman. Just absolutely no pace compared to the rest of his competitors.
He doesn't. But the Cadillacs seem to be like that all season. They've had great standings at some of those tracks, and others they just don't seem to have pace at all.
Dalaman's been consistent in the top 5. This is actually like one of the rare moments that he's not in the top 5.
That is true, but I mean, sometimes he seems unbeatable. His lap times are absolutely incredible, and then others, they're not quite up with the leaders.
Of course, he's still fast even after a spin. And of course, all credit goes to the Audis too, as Kaz is now on the back of the leader.
He is 2 tenths behind, but Johnny is very close to the back of Kev too.
Of course, Johnny needs all the points he can get. Ooh, Kaz, very loose. It's the end of the final time. Johnny needs all these points because this is roughly, if he can get these last 3 spots, he's more or less going to make bank off of Balaban's poor performance and might actually set himself in for the championship win come Silverstone.
I was wondering whether he may actually, with this points gap, make the win of the championship this season. This race.
Behind, as things currently stand, he'll still gain a bonus, but he will be a lot closer to Dalaman. But like we said, with the Dicrox's fuel situation, he could be elevated into 3rd.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in relation to the admin judgment there.
Like we said, it's a little bit of a particular situation with the fuel race, so the penalty could be as severe as even a disqualification, considering that this does have a lot of championship implications.
I think there's a possibility there, I have to say. It'll be interesting to see. Meanwhile, Kaz is really on the back of Cox now. There's just nowhere to pass.
Then again, you can make the argument, or you can disagree with the argument that this is messing with the championship. It honestly kind of just depends on perspective, really.
Exactly, because there'd still be the same number of cars and the same potential for somebody else to take the first anyway. So it's difficult to say. I'm not sure where I stand on that, I have to admit.
I guess it just depends on if Kaz can pass him or not.
Exactly. And Kaz is giving it everything he's got. But Crocs is at the point he wants to be on every corner.
Of course, Kaz might not. Kaz obviously doesn't know. So.
No, unless he's watching the stream. You may have heard us talking about it, but yeah, otherwise he's in the dark on that one.
Oh, he actually touched the back of him just a bit.
I think there was a little bit of contact there, wasn't there?
Oops.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Kev is doing a great job at holding Johnny off too.
He did, but Kev might have got picked for track limits there. We'll have to keep an eye out on that.
Yep. I don't see any penalty beside his name though, so maybe he managed to slow down in the next corner.
Even still, this is a really huge battle for the win and to 4th place.
It is. Kaz has much higher entry speed into that corner. But yet again, Dye is just positioning the car in a way that there's nothing Kaz can do about it.
Well, you say
Although
that,
he does look like he's...
blocks to the inside. He's going to go for a switchback here. And he does.
This has allowed both Kev and Johnny to come back.
Oh, contact between the
contact,
2 leaders. Yeah, this has allowed both Kev and Johnny to get into this Fox defense to the inside. Kaz has got the wing sitting right in front of him. Kev and Johnny both too. Johnny might not have a choice but to just kind of sit back at this point, but I'm sure he wants to get all of his points.
I have no doubt about it. And now that Kaz is depending on Kev's going to be trying to go for the overtake on Kaz, which may open a door for Johnny.
So that's happening. Flip's trying to overtake Hondax for 5th place, so it'll be his recovery.
I'd love to switch back there, but I just can't tear myself away from this, I have to be honest.
Yeah, this is why we need multiple screens. Oh, here goes Johnny on the back of Kev, down the inside.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, and Johnny is spun!
Oh no!
Backed it into the wall too.
But he doesn't appear to have had much damage there. But that appears to be a bit of a late lunge from Johnny. And I don't know, I mean, I'm not sure whether... I only saw from a different camera angle, but Kaz in the meantime is still fighting with Dai. I thought he was going to go down the inside there, but didn't quite.
Yeah, we'll have to see the verdict on that, but he still sticks in 4th, but that's more or less his win gone unless something happens between the top 3. 5 minutes left to go on the clock, and Croc's still defending from both of the Audis. And despite what the outcome of this race is, there's still a lot of pride on the line between these guys. Of course, both the Audis, quite a while since their last wins, very early on in the season, and it's been a while since both of them have actually gone on the podium together.
It really has, and the pace they've shown today has been extremely impressive.
Indeed. Kaz still with the bump to the back of Dicrox, and the Audi is faster than the Ginetta, although he is set on the outside. Can he do anything? Just to slot back in, Kev taking a long way around.
And there's only 4 minutes left to go in this race. All to play for in these final laps.
Dude, Kev,
and just to put... No, not quite, but he definitely thought about it.
Even if Dicrox isn't in this battle, it's technically a battle between both the Audis as they're going side by side. Kev not wasting any time on his teammate. You can hear the downshift from him.
I think he's made it through there. Nice overtake. Very opportunistic move. Now can Kev get the move done on Crocs?
He's looking. Crocs blocks the inside. Kev now back to the outside. Kev holds it around the outside, although goes kind of wide.
And that might give Kaz a chance to fight back, but nope, he's backed off and he's allowing his teammate his turn their Crocs.
I don't know if he would allow his teammate. I think he took it by force.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yet again, Croc's just positioning on the inside when the Audis cannot do anything at all to get past him.
This must be so frustrating for them because they've been the fastest cars all day.
Without a doubt, they clearly have a lot more pace at this stage in the race, but Croc's just doing everything to keep them at bay.
This time will be 2 to go.
Kaz looking down the inside, but not quite.
Kev now in the slipstream of Dicrox, still defending to the inside. So a little loose on entry. You just can't separate these 3.
They are nose to bumper, aren't they?
Oh, Kaz!
Kaz down the inside of Kev.
And he takes second away back from his teammate.
Wow.
So now Kaz will be looking at the back of Dicrox. Oh no, Kaz!
Whoa, no! But he held it. That was an incredible hold. I think he's okay though.
But has this just sealed the win for the Ginetta?
Yeah, I think he has.
However you want to look at it.
Unless Kev can come back. I mean, there's still potentially 2 laps to go. No, I think, no, you're right. There's 1 lap to go, and I don't... you never know. I mean...
Actually, yeah, this is the final lap, because they spent 2 minutes 2.5 minutes that last lap. This is more or less the final lap.
I think it is, definitely. And just to put perspective on Crocs' fuel issue, there's a rule, which I'm sure many of you know about, that you have to have 70, you can have no more than 70 litres to start the race. And it appears that Crocs had more than that. But because he's a replacement, there's a possibility he may not have known it. So it may just have been a mistake.
If he can prove, like with evidence and stuff like that, because obviously there is a chance we could have gotten things wrong, but from our perspective, it looked like he had violated that rule. But for now, let's not worry about that. Kev's around the outside of Crocs in Sector 2. He's got to stick it in. We cannot let him in the inside.
I thought Kev was going to keep it down the inside there, and Crocs was going to shut the door, but he didn't. Well, he did, but Kev's backed out.
He's only got a few more chances left. Oh, and he did! He turned him! Kev turned Crocs going into that. Going into Sector 3. But now this allows Kaz to catch up. I don't know if he meant to do that. I think Kev was trying to go for a switchback.
Yeah, I think he was going for the switchback. Knowing Kev, he's not that sort of driver. But as in, he wouldn't have done it intentionally. But I think he was going for the switchback and made a mistake there.
But even still, with all that, Kaz not able to get the run on the final turner. The time ticks down to 0. So your winner as of now, it is Kev Sonnell, locking in an Audi 1-2. And Dicrox for now locking in a 3rd place. Johnny, disappointing. He's sitting 4th, and he's almost falling all the way back down to 5th with Hondax. Oh, and Flip at the line, not able to beat Hondax. So Hondax with the top 5. Flip will finish 6th. Vectro is 7th. Dalavan with a disappointing 8th. And I've got to say, there's got to be a lot of angry drivers after this one.
I think there may be, yes.
I don't think we have one happy driver in the field except for Kev, who we're not even sure has truly won this race.
No. It'll be, I think there's going to be a lot of work for the stewards after this race.
Bear will finish up in 9th, last driver on the lead lap. Dukebox to finish 10th, Joe to finish 11th, Evil with his incident will finish 12th, Daza 13th with the NF, and Mark 14th with the DNS. Oh dear.
But that was definitely an eventful race.
Eventful in multiple ways, but we're not too sure on how all this is going to settle out. But as things stand, Kev is your winner for now, followed by Kaz and Dicrox in 3rd. Johnny sits 4th, Hondax 5th, Flip 6th, Vectro 7th, Dalavan 8th, Uber 9th, and Jukebox round out your top 10. So let us just roll down all the potential things that could happen. If Kev gets a penalty for his incident with Dicrox, then Kaz will be your winner. If Dicrox does get some kind of penalty or disqualification, then that will move Johnny up in the field, which would be even more championship implications.
But it will also move Dalavan and everybody else up, so that does neuter it somewhat.
But everyone from
3rd obviously carries far.
Yeah, everyone from 5th on down is more or less secure.
Yeah.
So really, we have to wait to get the final standings on everything.
It'll be interesting to find out. And the likelihood is we won't find out until next week.
Yes, but this has been the penultimate race, and I think we can say without a doubt Johnny has more or less taken the fight to Dalavan going into the last race.
I think he has. It's going to be an interesting last race between those two. If Dalavan can show more pace in that one, then it could be a great title fight in the last race.
I think you'll be disappointed that he didn't win, obviously. Because this was a really good chance, but just had 2 really bad incidents. And
He did one early on, and then one later on the first corner.
Yeah. So just before we sign off here, because I don't think anyone wants to do an interview after that race.
I doubt there'll be anybody really that ready
Yeah.
for it.
Who do you think was the driver of the day at the very least?
Ah, I would have to say Kaz, given that he was 12 seconds behind Crocs coming out of the pits, and he managed to close it up. It's one of the Audis for me, I would have said. Either Crocs or either Kaz or Kev. But I think only because of the incident towards the end. I think Kaz pips it slightly for me. What about you?
Yeah, I was thinking about giving it to Kev. Obviously, we're not sure how all this settles out, but I mean, like Kaz, Kev had really good pace as well. And if you look at the constructor standings, I think the two Audis may have just locked in the constructors over the Mercedes boys. So we'll
It's a
congratulate
great
them
job for
when,
them, and
yeah,
as I said, I think both of the Audis deserve it. So yeah, I think Kev would make a very good driver today
right. Well,
because he showed incredible pace throughout, and some of the moves he made around his teammates in particular were absolutely spectacular.
indeed. Well, this has been quite a bizarre race as we head into the finale of the season, but we'll make sure to get you up to date on, well, whatever happens at the end of this. So make sure that you are up to date with the Gavra Racing Discord and all that other fun stuff. So thank you once again
Yep.
for joining us here in GT3. Of course, next week will be the finale at Silverstone. Be sure to watch as both Dalavan and Johnny fight for, well, the penultimate of Gavra Racing trophies. So once again, I have been Cypher Knight 77.
I've been Toby, and it's been a lot of fun joining you tonight, Cypher.
Thank you. Of course, best wishes to Dutch. Hope that he can join us next week as well. And we look to
Very much.
see you in the car
My,
next week as well.
I will be in the car if all things go well, and my thoughts are definitely with Dutch at the moment. I hope everything's okay with you. And yes, thank you very much.
We hope you are well wherever in the world you are. Have a pleasant and safe day. And join us next time for more racing action.